Pacheco, Pacheco, Pacheco. Hey, it's the Chief Bonnie with Board Games, and we're returning to what was the successful breach of the west wall to the far south. LeFew and his troops are moving in foot, running through the trees in the moonlight. They've told a Humvee and a gunner that just jumped up inside the turret or the cupola up there, hey, work your way around the best way you can. We're moving on foot through the trees. So they're moving. Now, once the flare went off, that told everybody on Bartek's crew that the breach had been successful. And everybody was told if your section is not the one with the successful breach, stop the radical charges. What you want to do is probe the lines a little bit, nothing too risky, and keep up harassment fire. Bartek's plan, so now it would be north, east, and south, and we'll talk about the units that are in those areas, is to hold the units defending those other walls in place so that other troops can't be shifted to a breach point. Very effective. And if they do get shifted, then these little probing attacks that are happening on the northeast, maybe not the north, there's only 4 left, and the south, may find some other areas where they can get in and cause more problems. So just an idea real quick as all that's going on is in the east you have 20 militia and 5 Bartek that were working in on that far northern angle. They came under quite a lot of fire. But to the south you have 35 militia and a full 10 Bartek working their way through those heavily kind of convoluted building up areas. And then north is pretty devastated. They're down to 2 Bartek and 2 militia. Not sure how combat effective they are, but north has had the shakeup of the car bomb that was extremely successful. The other thing is, I think we have 2 other car bombs that are set to go off. And I think we're going to do a fate chart roll. I think it's very likely that that second or that breach flare is a signal not only for the troops to move to that location that are staged, but for yet another car bomb to move in and cause damage. There yet, it could move to an 8. Maybe I'm wrong, but right now it's 7. So very likely 18. Well, that should be 19 is an extreme yes. So, oh yes, this is happening. Now I'm curious. Bartek is clearly controlling these, the pacing of this attack. It feels that way. The success of that first car bomb, would he send another one right down the same way, or would he send them in where the breach is going on? Is that something he would do? I have no idea which way he'd send them in. That other 105 gun is on the east side. I think it's likely that he would want to target that as well. Not to mention, kind of throws him for a loop. So I'm going to say likely. We know it's coming, but this is 34, so yes. It's going to, we're back to the map of the compound, and you can see the whole roadway that follows along that east wall. The vehicle's going to come screaming from the south and the east, headed north along that road. It's moving at a high rate of speed. Clearly doing its max. Doesn't look like a Saab this time, but it's not the best of shape. I believe now that everybody knows we've had some attacks going on, but there's only 150 that can kind of get an angle on it. So it's a moving vehicle. It's a 50 cal. It's night, but we do have night vision, so that's out. So the gunner over there is Sanchez. Or no, it's Pacheco. Pacheco's to the east with the kids. That's right. Weapons, his strength is C. And what do we got? A B. So we've got, he does have the night vision. So we've got a C and we've got a B. Night vision is on, however, it's a moving target, but it's a large moving target. If I remember right, the large moving target is a +1. The moving vehicle is a -1, so that's a wash. Rate of fire is 4, damage is 4, critical is 4. So if it gets a single hit, it's a crit. So we'll be firing 4 of these dice with it. We've got Pacheco just gunning it up. He's actually with his Humvee up on the mound, slightly north of the road that leads into that 105 howitzer that's manned and pulled back just a little bit, but has an angle down the road. So first shots are he's shooting down the road as this vehicle is screaming northbound along that road that borders the east side. And I think he's going to get 2 shots at this, and it's just moving. First shot. Oh, we got 1 hit. We got a 6, 5, and then just 3, 3, 2, 4. Well, it's an automatic critical hit, but it hits the vehicle. I want to know. You know what? Let's go to the cards for this one. I want to know where do these 50 rounds hit? You could have an ace drawn and the vehicle blows sky high. You could have a 2 and the rounds are just, punching through the passenger window and out the back and doing no damage at all. Unlucky hit. I think this will be a good way to do this because you could have a second shot at it. So he's putting rounds on target. Let's do one more. Here we go. This is it. What is it? Ha ha ha! Beautiful. Oh, that is cool. Woo! Pacheco. An ace of spade. He's on that Humvee. They hear that engine. It's not a well-tuned engine. This is a jalopy loaded with explosives. It's rocketing down. It's just got to make one run. He picks it up in his night vision, rolls that cupola around, and just thumbs down and just starts pum, 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 walks rounds right into the vehicle, right into it. You do have some incendiary rounds, tracer or whatever, and one of them must go into this vehicle and just hit whatever the explosive is, because way down to the south, you just get, ooh, I mean, it just lights up and just obliterates. None of our people are hurt. It was pretty darn far to the south. And man, just unbelievable. That suicide vehicle is gone. Wow. Well, so much for that part of the plan. Pacheco put an end to that. We're going to roll the focus of this attack back to LeFew, who is going to take 2 movement actions to get to this combat. They've been overrun. Everybody's either wounded, killed, out of the action. Let me come in, and I think as LeFew and his 5 other troops are working with him, I'm going to reconfigure these guys a little bit. And how would they reconfigure themselves? So I currently have 5. I've got my leader still standing on the Humvee where he rocketed off that flare. And I've got 4 militia group, but under my notes from that, there's actually, I've got a pretty good number, 5, 3, 4, 4. First, we're going to have militia pick up weapons that are on the ground. And what I believe is going to happen is the militia are just sent in. So they are just going to move towards the center. And their orders have been to just move in and cause as much havoc as possible. So, what I'm going to do for now is pull them off of this area. Two of the Bartek troops up on the wall. I've got one seeing if he can get this 50 back in serviceable order. And the troops have taken a knee or prone in the area of the Humvee. They're going to hold that Humvee area. What are the chances? I don't know how damaged that 50 is. I think the way it was burned with the gas, the gun would be okay, but I think maybe some of the ammo is messed up. I think it is unlikely that this gun will be serviceable. But that means it's 55 or lower that it is. So let's see if he can get her going. 55 or lower, 67. All right, the gun, he cannot, at least this guy cannot get the gun serviceable, but he's working on it. He's not done working on it. He's going to be still working on it as LeFew and his 5 guys following him are going to start coming up through the southern portions here. So let me see. So I've got a picture of LeFew leading this squad south as they're headed down toward where this Humvee was attacked. They were moving pretty quickly, and then all gunfire ceased. And immediately LeFew slowed everybody down and wants to make a more cautious approach on this area. What I'm going to do here, we do have the militia have spread out. So the first thing I think is possible, but I think it's going to be very unlikely, is that as LeFew is slowed down, he might run into one of these militia groups that has gone forward. I want to see. I think this is very unlikely. Chaos factor 7 means 50 or less. And 35. All right, he's going to... he is going to run into one of these. Without looking at their numbers, let me shuffle them up. I guess this kind of makes sense. They were fanning out and told just to move forward. So I don't know which one he's going to run into here. I'm randomly selecting this one, and we have number 10. This is the militia group with 3 people, but they've all picked up M16s. What I know what happened here is the militia are ecstatic. They've took this area. They've got these new M16s. They're probably a little unfamiliar with them. However, they're just kind of running out hodgepodge. No night vision or nothing. They're just told, hey, go out and cause chaos. LeFew has slowed his group down. Now, they don't have night vision, but he does. He puts them into a hold, and he starts hearing, they can hear noise moving to him. These militia are not moving quietly. Matter of fact, they can hear some chatter. And he ends up bringing everybody down into covered positions using the trees. And he doesn't know what he's facing here, but everybody's on point and everybody's alert. There's going to be an alert advantage, and I'm going to give the initiative to LeFew's group, even though I do need to know, LeFew's front 3 are going to go first. You've seen in the photo, I've got them kind of in a clock rotation style, with some of the other ones doing side and rear security. So I'm only going to have LeFew, the 1 rifleman, 02, and 05 is the 240 gunner that are going to be opening up on these guys. And I'm going to have these militia as 3 in a group. They're going to go last, I'm just telling you. They are moving, they're ecstatic, and The one thing this is going to provide is a little bit of a heads up warning to the crew that's still manning the Bartek operators or whatever, the marauders that are holding the wall. And I need to start a time clicker, because how long until these other groups start hitting this wall? What's the time going to be? I got a feeling it would be, let's just say 5 rounds. I think 5 rounds, and that's going to start right now with this attack. So LeFew's letting him get in closer and closer, because he knows his 240 gunner to his right, who's got in close, and he's got his M16 other rifleman off to his left, and he's telling them as they're here, and he's like, I'm going to get eyes on. And when I start to fire, you guys open up. My muzzle flash should give you targets of opportunity. They agree. So as soon as LeFew starts to light them up, that's going to start the 240 and the other M16 firing. But as he sees them, they're literally this is a heavily wooded area. So he lets them get within about, they're 1 hex away, 10 meters away, close. They're in danger of even running right into his unit. He picks up that he can literally see 3 of them moving. Now, they're not just running pell-mell, but they're excited. They're chattering. They're moving quick. They're not paying much attention. They're definitely not thinking they're going to run into LeFew and some troops. So let's see what the roll is. 6. 6. And 1 miss on the round and 1 hit on the round. So we've got 2 hits and then a third with the bullet, which is perfect. Let me check my time. LeFew has lit them up. So right off the bat, he's got 2 hits, critical, and he takes out 1 of these guys, moving them down to just 2 right off the bat. Also alerting everybody on this wall area that there's a firefight and it's close. Now, one of the other guys is wounded as well, goes down or is in the midst of going down, is wounded in some way, but we're going to see how the rest of these guys open up. So that is 10, 11 rounds, and let's just slide over the 240. He does not have, we've got a B strength and a heavy weapon. He's firing the 240 with a rate of fire of 4. All right. I think all other modifiers, they are moving, but they're so close. And as soon as the muzzle flash comes up from LeFew, I could go down to just dim lighting rather than dark. No other modifiers. I think this is almost like an ambush that's being tripped off, but I'm not going to give him the bonus of the ambush. It's almost like an impromptu hold, steady, bring him, he sees him and drops him. We'll just see what happens here. Again, I may be slightly off on what the manual says. A 12 and a 4 with 2 bullet hits. So we've got all kinds of action. There's nobody getting out of this because that's 2 hits, so that's a crit. The other one's down, and the one that just got winged by LeFew just gets lit up, and all 3 of these guys are out. All right, and then just because they all fired simultaneously, we've got the other rifleman. He's going to fire. He's got 3 rounds coming in, and because he opened up at the same time, he got a hit as well. These guys with their M16s completely wiped out. The guys move up. LeFew picks up a couple M16s, and you can just see kind of the anger and the disdain on these guys in the group. He hands those off. There's no point in letting these weapons stay here. A couple of guys stow them. They start moving forward even more cautiously. But Unit 10 militia is gone. All right, that was a round. So now we are down to 4. Now, do these guys at the wall do anything differently? I think the guy in the Humvees figured out I can't get this 50 to work. The cupola is even jacked up, the fire damage, and he is going to come off of the vehicle. He's going to use, what do we got? I think these guys are going to stack up kind of around the Humvee and use it. It is an armored Humvee, and there's definitely some great cover using the Humvee to fire over the hood or whatever. So these three guys down on the bottom are using it for cover. I think you're going to have Unit 05, who's crouched. I'm going to put him into a prone position and have his gun facing out. He's watching for and planning on signaling. I think he's got a little light or whatever, and I'm going to put a little beacon on him, and he's shining his light back towards the direction where friendlies should be coming from. But the other guy is going to take a position on the wall, a prone position on the wall, but he's using that slightly elevated position, although there's trees all over, to kind of cover the guys defending the wall. All right, you can move 2 hexes if you're running. 2 hexes is going to start, I believe, if after I move these first 2, I'm going to be coming in. I don't think they're going to be running, though, but there is help coming. I believe this is not a run. This is a stalking. So I'm going to have them moving a little bit slower than a run. No reason to rush to fail. So a round is going to mean these guys each move 1 hex. We're moving into round 2. So we're I believe Pacheco, or I keep saying Pacheco's on the other end. LeFew has let Command HQ know, hey, we dropped 3 militia. They had armed themselves with some of our troops' rifles, and it looks like they were moving into our inside perimeter. So everybody be on alert. He tells them, I'm going to keep moving to contact and see if I can secure this wall. He moves again. Now this is cautious movement, and he does have night vision, which these enemy troops do not. And I do believe he's going to be able to see through the trees, those 20 meters, even though there's a lot of tree trunks in his way. This is working for him because they're moving cautiously. That should put us, I think, with that last move, we should be having 1 more round. This is the round to matter here. And I think he's told his troops to go ahead and move up from the rear, and they've moved up the flank as well. And his guy in the back has moved up and joined LeFew in the same hex. And LeFew is able to kind of point out as he was dispersing the troops, hey, there's one right up there on top of the wall. I've got one tucked down over here by the vehicle. It looks like 2 more on the other side. And I'm fairly confident. Matter of fact, I know it. You got night vision on, and a guy's on a wall holding a flashlight and shooting that beam out. It shows up like dawn. So even the regular troops can see that. Matter of fact, I think that light, even though it's up there and it's directed, backlights that guy a little bit up on top of the wall. I think LeFew, before he engages this, he's also able to come up on his mic. He doesn't have to talk loud on this. There's not a lot of chatter. A lot of times they'll even have an earpiece or it's right up on their ear. He's able to tell them, hey, I'm hitting about a like-sized force to my own. No idea where my Humvee's at. If you've got anybody else you can send this way, it looks like they're signaling back to the west. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to have more company soon. So we've got a request for reinforcements on this wall. Quite honestly, I think the guys up on the wall are going to be the easiest. The guy with the light is fairly well silhouetted, and even the guy that's prone up on the wall at that elevated position, the only question is, are these trees getting in his way? And I believe that many trees would be, so I'm not sure they can get shots on those guys. It says we can see 3. Okay, yeah, we don't have the heavy foliage. There's a couple foliage areas, but I don't think they can get shots on the guys up on top. I think they might be able to see them, but they can definitely get shots on the guys around the Humvee. And only 9 has good coverage in this spot from the Humvee. They are alerted because they heard the gunfire danger close when those militia guys got hit. Yeah, I think LeFew is going to take his shot. LeFew is only 20 meters away, and he can see a guy prone down next to a tree. Head and arms visible, can't really see the rest of his body. But with his night vision, he's got him. 20 yards away, he's got a clean shot. He lets the other guys kind of know directions, and they can kind of make out the Humvee. But I think it's going to be a little tough going with some of the rest of the shooting here. But let's see what LeFew is going to kick this off and see if he can get Unit 03 under fire. Ooh, we've got 1 miss. Ooh, there's another miss over here as well. Shoot. So he's going to miss, and he expends 10 rounds of ammo. The rest of the guys are going to open up on the right-hand side, shooting into the same location. And then I believe we're going to just go for suppression and then move, is what he's told them. So everybody's going to just rip off some rounds in the same general direction and then charge that position. Wow. All right, let's do it. So with I think the suppression, I'm going to go with something a little bit abnormal. It's a lot of spray and pray, but not a lot of chance to hit, but you got a volume. So I'm going to go with 2 6-sided die, but 6 ammo die with each of these. They're basically dumping, half a belt, half a mag, and each of them are going to do the same thing and then charge that position. So they're lighting up the Humvee, they're lighting up where this prone guy is, and they're just going to move in and see if they can take this spot. Pretty bold move. I think that's what LeFew would do. He's already let them know what the problem is, and we know you got to move here. So let's go with one at a time. We're going to work from right to left. So let's just see what 07 does. No hits. He can push it because we do have 2 6s here. I like it. I think he's going to push it. We're going to roll these. Come on. Nothing. So we got some suppression and coolness under fire, which I probably should have been doing cuffs all the way through here because these guys would be panicking and going prone. Point taken. Point taken. But this guy will be panicked. He's literally getting lit up here. Let me turn him upside down. But we're going to go right down the line. So the next guy, he's firing the 240, I think. 05, yes. See what he does with suppressive. Man, no hits, but no misses. Let's push it. All these are re-rolling. We've got 2 stresses. That's a jam. The 240 is jammed. He's going to have to clear it. It's not unheard of. He'll probably just and clink on through that, but we'll see. And we're going to go down to the next one, sitting in the same hex as LeFew. Suppression, that same area. No hits. Geez, we're just putting suppression in. Although he does have a 1 miss, we're just going to keep on down. Now these guys, these 2 to the side, might suppress the dudes around the Humvee because they're lighting that area up. No hits there, no misses. We're going to roll everything but this 1 6. Nothing. Nobody's hit nothing. No suppression there or anything. Or is it? Nope. Well, he did have 2 of the ammos. I think we could do the suppression. All right, so for these guys, yeah, their cuff is D. And so if we can get cuff rolls on these guys, which I should have rolled on the other one as well. So let's give them cuff rolls. They need a 6. Nobody, all 3 of these guys drop prone, and they take no actions on this next turn. Now the guys up on the wall, they were not fired upon. The unit morale is down at its lowest D anyway, and even though they could see everything, we're just going to keep driving on here. So the interesting thing is that means on this next wave, there should be some troops coming this way that can come over the top. I'm just going to go 50-50, which probably means yes, 75. 83. Not yet. I was pretty sure we were going to have a fresh group. Well, a few, you got a little bit of time, because on this round, they've prone these guys. The deal was now to rush in and try to close these guys with close combat. The 249 gunner is interesting. With his jam, I'm going to have him hold back and go to fix his jam. I'm going to let him go ahead and fix it. He's got that done. These other guys are going to move 2 and move into close combat on these fellas that are prone. So I've got 3 of my troops in close combat with LeFew with the night vision goggles. So LeFew's going to roll right up on this guy. He's got him pinned down on the ground. You can see him with his night vision, and he just fires right into him. He's got 1-7 with 2 round hits. That's a critical, and that guy is gone. This was simultaneous action. That was Unit 3. Got it. Simultaneously, these other guys would have fired, but we're going to see what happens here. He's got 2. He's got a 1 and a 3, so he misses. And one of his ammo die. One is a 6, but the guy's already prone. The other one's a 1, so he's not going to push because he would jam up. And the other guy's going to fire his M16. Have the 6s on both of those as well. And 3 rounds. See if he gets a hit. No, but we do have 1-6, 5-3, 3-3. We're going to push it. See if we can get a hit on this one. Come on. No, he just gets 1 stress that comes up and nothing hits. That 1 stress does do 1 stress to his firearm. However, you'll need to clean it, take care of it in a bit. We'll see when the action's over. All right, we're into round -1. Before we had, so these guys are pinned. They can't take an action this round, but the 2 guys up top can. We'll see who takes turns, and then when we get to the guy with the flashlight, that's when we'll roll and see if troops are coming. 50-50. All right, let's do my guys first. We'll go with 10 is going to have 5. Number 2 will have 6. Let's go with 5, clearing his jam. Oops, sorry, this is 9. I had it upside down. My fault. Let's see. And then the stacked group, let's just have them all go on LeFew's because he can see. And he is a 4. I'm going to slide that up so I know that's all of them. Number 10 on Bartek's side has initiative 3, but he's not going to be able to take a turn. I'm going to turn it sideways. Number 9 had the same issue, number 1, but he can't take a turn. The guy up on the flashlight is 10. And the other guy who's prone and can shoot at us is a 2. He'll end up taking the first turn. So this is the Bartek guy that's prone on the wall. There is some trees in between. So we've got the darkness -2. We've got cover I believe -1. He is down to just 2 6-sided die and his ammo dice of 4. Ooh, he's got 2 1s, and then yet another 1 comes up, and 1 ammo die. So he does have a possibility of suppressing. We're going to have to do cuff checks on these 3 guys, but there's no way he's pushing it because he would jam if he did. But we're going to do a cuff. So first we've got LeFew has to do a cuff check, which is a 10-sided die, see if he is suppressed. 9, no he is not. Then we got our 2 riflemen, and the riflemen both have a cuff of B. So we'll go to the 10-sided die. All right, there we go. And, ooh, 1. He's actually going to be suppressed. Number 7 drops prone. And 4 does not get a hit. He is suppressed. These 2 guys are suppressed. And LeFew, not even a bit. All right, so that one is done. We will move to LeFew in this group, but all those guys are going to lose their turn, except LeFew is going to shoot right back at this guy. And I always got to check A and a B. He's got his night vision. He's only shooting 1 hex away. He's prone, so there is a -1. So we're going to have 2 10-sided die and 3 rounds. See if we can drop this guy up on the wall. We've got a 7 and a 5 and 1 round hit. That will give him a critical injury on the wall. So, yes, bye-bye. That is number 4 is gone. Too bad he suppressed everybody else. And 16 rounds of ammo. We have a cleared gun, so we're going to have our MG guy move 2. He's going to move up 1 and 2. He can just see the prone guy, but he can't shoot. He's using the Humvee as cover, but he can't fire. So that is over. These guys are done. And we've got number 5 is able to, I think he's just going to close in and close combat because these guys can't move. We've got a 9, and he is shooting in close combat. And 2 6s and a 3. So he is dropped. That is number 10. And our 249, the other guy is still prone behind a tree, or kind of behind the Humvee, and still shoot, even though he moved 1, but he has no night vision. 249, he's got a B, -2, then prone, CC. I believe we're going to be down to, he's prone. We've got the cover. He's down to just the 6s and 6. Nothing. Ugh. And he's got a 1 and a 3, and then he got a 1 on one of his ammo dice, so he is not going to push it. We got another 1 as well. Tons of ammo, 10, 16, 17, 18. And he will not push it, so that's that. Good there. And flashlight. He's still clicking that light. Again, it's 50-50 Chaos 7. If he gets a 75 or less, here comes a whole nother band. 94, you're kidding me. It's not as strong, though. It's just shy, but they're not here yet. We may be able to secure this area before they get here. This is crazy. I didn't think we were going to get anywhere close to it. All right, new round. Let's do it. All right, everybody's on turns now. Nobody's losing turns. Let's just go with the guy that's up on the Bartek guy that's up with the flashlight. He has initiative 8. We're going to go with his buddy that's prone behind the Humvee. He's a 7. Wow. We'll go with U.S. Trooper 10 is a 2, and underneath him is U.S. Trooper 2 is a 5. And we're going to go to U.S. Trooper 5 is a 3. We're just going left to right. And then these last 3 guys are stacked. I think I'm just going to do them as 1, whatever this is, which is 1. That worked out. I didn't need these other ones. LeFew's going to take a shot at that flashlight guy. He wants to dump him. And he's got his night vision, his A and his B. Come on, LeFew. See if he can hit these guys. No, he's got 2 1s. No, I can't push that. No. All right, well, he can't push it, so but he can't get rounds on him. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds fired. I think these guys, let's see, it was number 2 is going to be number 10. I think he is going to, he's got his 249. It's dark. B&D, the guy's prone, so that's what, +1, but it's dark, -2, or is it +2? Ugh, this is where it kills me. I need a chart. Give me a chart that I can have on a piece of paper right here that I don't have to print. He's got a 50-round belt mag, and he's just letting her rip. And boy, are we not having any luck. We got a 1 and a 2. He could push the 6, but the 1 is on his 8. And we do have a suppression round, and I think we're going to stick on that and just see if this guy who's a D is able to be cool under fire. 5. No, he's not. So he's going to end up losing his turn and staying prone and pinned anyway, which should mean this is over. D is in the hex with him. 2 is going to come in. That's that turn. Nope, now it's my guy. You know what? I think 5 with the 240. Man, he didn't want to get up on that cupola, though. The body was in there. But, of course, the Bartek guy was trying to get the gun to work. You'd think he would have cleared the body out. I bet he did. So he's going to at least get up on the Humvee and get his gun, even if it's just up on the cupola. The 50's out of the way so he can see over the top and get that 240 where he can get an angle on the guy on the wall or maybe even see people coming up from a distance. That's all he's going to do. And then we will move to number 2 unit who's got an M16, and he's going to move in and do close combat as well. All right, 3, here we go. See if we can get shots on him. We do have a 1 and an 8 with a round on the 6. He's got him. So this guy is down and out. They've aggressively taken, what is this, number 9? Yep, they've taken the spot back. We have possession of the Humvee again. There's still the guy clicking away on the wall. What are we at? 50-50 that are these guys here yet? They should have been here. He's signaling them, trying to give them a line. This has got to be them coming now. 54. Boom. Now we got a group coming. Woo. Little late. Little late. What I think we're going to do is pause right here and leave this for the very next episode. So we've got a new group that's going to be coming. We'll see how this breaks down. 2 more of those type of groups that could be coming and overwhelm this area. Interesting. I didn't think we were going to get that back. Oh, don't forget, there's 2 other militia groups that are roaming around wild. And those, one of them is got 5. The other 2, there's 3 of them, have 4 groups. So there's 3 roaming around and could be causing some kind of zapper damage. Zapper? Yeah, zapper. All right. Hey, it's Bonnie with Board Games. Thanks again, and RPGs. Thanks for hanging with me. We're dialed in on this. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys. Bye.